friends, it's Paige Evans and I have a new process video to share with you today using my brand new collection with pink paisley called Pick Me Up. And I am featuring one of my cut files from the Silhouette store. It's this scalloped circles design, and I cut it using my Silhouette Cameo, using white textured cardstock from American Crafts, and then I am gently peeling it off of the mat. There are quite a few rows, and you know what I like to do? I like to back all of these open spaces with pattern papers. It's one of my favorite techniques, a go-to technique when I'm stuck. Can always count on backing cut files with pattern papers. Using paper 10 from the collection, I always love having these squares of little patterns so you get a general feel and the color scheme from the collection. These are great for punching, great for cutting out little tiny pieces, perfect for backing cut files. I'm using I want to say this is a 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch, I end up punching 4 circles from every single square, and then I stack 3 or 4 circles together at a time, trim them in half to make semicircles, and they are the perfect size for backing these scallops. So if you have a 1/2 inch circle punch, oh look, it says 1 inch. You can see right there on the punch, it says 1 inch. I think 1 inch is even easier to find than 1/2 inch, so that's better. Okay, so I'm using liquid adhesive, applying it to the scallops and placing the pattern papers. I actually put them in the exact same order that they appear on the pattern paper. I had another pattern paper off camera that I was referring to for the placement of the pattern papers, and ta-da, they are all done already. I love this so much. I love all the colors, the pops of colors. I love all the patterns that are miniaturized so you can see them, and this layout isn't going to need a whole lot of extra to really shine. This cut file is going to be the star of the show. Okay, so now I am going to stitch around the circles, not the scallops, just the circle part to add some texture. And I'm using a simple straight stitch. So here they've all been stitched, and now I'm going to figure out which background paper I want to use. Going to use the hearts paper. So it's got a slight ombre effect. It's lighter at the top left corner and gets darker down towards the bottom. I just love the pink and the cute little hearts. And I've decided to bunch all the scalloped circles over onto the left. So they're not exactly concentric, they're just, yeah, squished onto the left side. And I like how that is a little bit different. It's not exactly how the cut file comes off the mat, but I've altered it a little bit. And I'm using dimensional adhesive to attach each scalloped circle ring. And I like how that just adds more dimension. It's funny how dimensional adhesive adds dimension. Okay. So here you can see I'm bunching it up onto the left. And once everything is adhered in place, I'm going to grab a photo. Oh, before I do that, here's where I'm going to trim the long thread ends. Sometimes I leave the thread ends long. In this case, I'm going to trim them because I feel like everything else is structured, and I think the thread ends are more distracting than adding to the design. I'm going to fluff up the scallops, again to create dimension so everything's not so flat. I love the texture it adds by folding up these scallops. Now here's the photo. This is Sweet Jane in her kindergarten photo, and I think this is going to be an annual layout with her grade and her teacher and the school. So I'm using these teeny tiny foam, white foam thickers from my Pick Me Up collection. I love how small they are, and there's so many of every letter, so I feel like I'll never run out, which is a good thing. There's white on the front and dark blue on the back, so pretty much guaranteed to see these stickers on a lot of layouts for the next few months. I'm going to tuck a chipboard sticker flower cluster under the right side. Thought about tucking one under the left, decided against it, and then since, you know, she's supposed to smile, I thought about using that smile chipboard sticker. I didn't end up using it right then. I'm going to continue placing the information thickers. So her school and her teacher. I think I ended up putting the school on the third scalloped circle ring and the teacher on the second. But foam thickers are really nice because you can move them around. They'll stay in place forever, but they won't rip up your paper like some chipboard thickers will do. So you can easily move them around, and that's a bonus in my book. I love how Jane's polka dot shirt coordinates with the semi-polka dot background. I think the hearts act as polka dots. It's the 2017 to 2018 school year. I thought about using the stamp set from Pick Me Up to create a dash in between, but I decided to just use a chipboard heart sticker because stamping scares me a little bit. Just because if you mess up, you have to really get creative to fix it. So not this time. I'll use those stamps on a separate layout for sure. I'm going to journal around the outermost ring using a .01 black precision pen. Added a heart puffy sticker inside that O, a moth sticker at the end of the teacher's name, a bow sticker, and a love you chipboard sticker. And that, my friends, is it. Easy peasy. I love using all these pattern papers. I love how this layout turned out. And I will see you again very soon.